Pizza is Bond.
Pizza is
Season 1,
Bond.
episode 4.
Fucking 4.
Now it's serious shit, isn't it?
It's pretty fucking serious. We're in this. We're in this shit. 4. We're at 4.
Fucking
like if you buy,
we're dedicated.
Dedicated. If you buy 4 albums by a band, then you're dedicated to that band, right?
Yeah, you're all in. You're
so
a
if
fan.
you're
We're fans.
if you're listening to this podcast, you're on episode 4, which means you're a fan.
Yeah. I hope they skip the first couple.
Oh shit. Are they bad? Are they rough?
I don't know. When you listen to them for like 4 or 5 times, just trying to get them uploaded and figuring out what you're doing, you kind of get sick of it, and then you just think you're stupid.
Yeah. You'll have that.
I have it a lot.
All right. Today's Sunday. How's your weekend?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I just got done watching Taylor Swift, the Taylor Swift Chiefs. They just beat Baltimore.
Oh, football. I was like, I thought you were watching like the Taylor Swift movie.
Kinda.
I like that Travis guy. He's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy. And he just yelled out when he grabbed the NFC trophy, he yelled out, "You gotta fight for your right to party."
Did he really?
Yeah. I think that's kind of his thing. I think he's done that I think he did that for the previous one as well.
Oh, wow. All right. Cool.
So I think that's like his call, his top of the hill, battle of the hill. Yeah. Alpha mating call. Taylor Swift looked embarrassed, actually.
Oh, all right.
She did actually kind of look like, that's kind of stupid. But
Well, that's what you get, Taylor.
take it or fucking leave it, bitch.
Awesome. Yeah. What am I fucking doing today? I just started watching Body Double for the first time in like almost 40 years. I want to say.
Body Double?
Yeah, Body Double. You know, Brian De Palma movie from like 84.
Nope.
A lot of Melanie Griffith tits in it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if I'm thinking of Melanie I'm thinking of Meg Ryan.
Melanie's got nicer tits, I would say. Are you gonna go back and Body Double?
Sets of tits or something?
I mean, yeah, actually, yes, yeah. It's it's kind of a spoilery kind of thing. It's just a guy that witnesses a murder. You know, and he doesn't know if he's been watching the same woman that he saw get murdered. It's complicated. It's Brian De Palma.
Huh. Is it a lot of like Matrix, like Requiem for a Dream, just mind fuck?
No, there's some mind fuckery, but no, it's not sci-fi or anything like that. It's like a Hitchcockian murder thing with some claustrophobia thrown in to the mix for some vertigo vibes.
Ooh, I battled vertigo.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, man.
I got stretchered out of my own home.
Out of your own home?
Yeah.
Fuck. That actually happened to a friend of mine. Yeah, pretty bad, huh?
Oh yeah, as bad as it can get. I literally thought I was gonna die. Like, all of a sudden, like, I had full paramedics at my house, and then to get me from my bed to the stretcher, like, oh my god, it's spinning times 1,000. Like it goes beyond spinning. It's like you're literally in a fucking wormhole matrix of hell, spinning something. Yeah,
man. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but I'm actually doing a lot better. Like, Yeah, I got sent to the fucking took an ambulance and fucking all that other shit. But yeah, now that I take Flonase daily every morning, it's really cleared a lot of it up, almost all of it. Like,
Oh, that's
yeah,
I have a friend who
fucking
went through that
Flonase.
shit, and maybe I'll ask him about that.
But what?
About Flonase.
Yeah, I mean, they can make you do all these exercises and everything else, but I think once you get it, like, I think, or at least mine was kind of a stuck head or like something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I started taking Flonase to clear my head of like the whatever, and it worked.
Good. That's good. I'm glad. Fuck.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible. It sounds fucking horrible, man. Fuck. Hey.
Have you ever had vertigo or any of that shit?
I'll say no. I've had like seizures and then like panic attacks that might have been seizures in the first place, or seizures that might have been panic attacks, or vice. I don't know how it works, but yeah, I've been hospitalized for that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've been hospitalized for a few things. Anyway, yeah. What else did I do this weekend? I saw Godzilla -1 finally.
Did you love it?
I did. It was in black.
Like Lyle.
It was in black and white, which was pretty awesome. It was like if Kurosawa made a Godzilla movie. It was really cool.
What was the Japanese one, right? -1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that opening weekend.
Yeah, I remember you said it was fucking great.
Yeah, we loved it. It was I don't know, it's just do you know they made it for like 700,000 or I forget what the number was, but it was ridiculously cheap.
15 million. That's what I saw.
Yeah, 15 million.
Which is nothing.
Yeah. Especially when, like, I guess water is involved. It, like, doubles the budget or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. It looked...
But I guess it did really well.
Yeah, it's doing great. There were a lot of people there when I saw it. A lot of Japanese people. I didn't realize there were so many Japanese people here in Vermont. But
even still, it was a crowded theater.
Yes.
Wow. Shit. I saw it like a month ago. And it was just gaining traction then.
Well, I liked it. Yeah, I liked it a lot. And I did Godzilla, so it was good to see a Godzilla movie that was good. Because there's a lot of shitty ones out there. Although I like the shitty ones. I like Godzilla versus Megalon. That's a good shitty one.
I think what everybody likes about this one is like it's old school. You know what I mean? Like it's just got such an old school vibe to it. It's such a already classic movie, you know?
Yeah. I kind of wondered if somebody is going to like make a mashup of Oppenheimer and Godzilla -1. Like when the bomb goes off, then it cuts to like, Japan and what everybody's going through over there.
Yeah.
And then everybody's going through post-traumatic stress, war, fucking atomic bomb shit. And cut that in with Oppenheimer, poor Oppenheimer, all bummed out about it over in America.
I'm sure they will, because I mean, they already got like 2 other Godzilla movies coming out.
Yeah, they don't seem like real Godzilla movies, though.
I think they're pretty willy-nilly at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they're American.
Well, this one was Japanese.
Yes, very Japanese.
And yes, very Japanese. Did you know that it was going to be a parachute?
No, I didn't.
Kind of clued you in a little bit, like previously.
Yeah, you could tell something. Yeah,
like,
but I forgot.
I forgot, and then they panned away or whatever.
I mean, we're getting into spoilers, so all right. Hey, if you if you haven't seen Godzilla -1, turn the shit off. But because we're about to talk about.
No, it came out months ago, so fuck that.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you should have seen it, you fuckheads.
Yeah, stupid.
So there's a double happy ending. Like there's the telegram where it turns out that the girl is alive too. She's alive, and that was when I was like, Wow. All right. It's got double happy ending here. But at the
I
same time,
remember because at that moment, I kind of wanted to cry, but then the whole movie theater was dead silent, and like I would have been the little bitch in the back. And
that would have been.
I was getting all emotional, and like I swear to God, it was like you could have heard a pin drop. And I'm like holding my breath, fucking trying not to sound like a little bitch.
Oh man, you wouldn't have been a little bitch. That would have been great. I would have loved it if I'd heard somebody cry.
Yeah.
I thought about like it's a good ending because I don't want the kid to. I was like, man, he's gonna die, she's gonna die, the kid's gonna be an orphan, like again, like
Yeah, again.
That's a bummer, fuck that. So yeah, so the ending's fine. Special effects are great.
The ending when all the boat convoy of all the second rate sailor helpers. We got you. They all come out.
Yeah, but then at the same time, like nobody noticed that all those tugboats were coming, like until they were there. That's kind of funny.
It was just great. It was a moment. It was
And then those plans didn't even work. He was gonna have to fly that plane into his fucking head, which kind of reminded me of Jaws 2.
I don't know. It was a great movie.
It was a great movie.
Lovely.
I ordered the soundtrack.
Huh?
I said I ordered the soundtrack. Like I got home and was like, I want the soundtrack.
What? What does the soundtrack consist of?
I imagine instrumental music from the film.
What do you mean you ordered this? You paid for it?
Yeah. I pre-ordered it actually. It's not available yet, but yeah, I googled it. Sitting in the car actually outside the theater and just googled it on my phone. Bought it.
Really?
Went home.
Wow.
What?
Do you have? I'm just amazed that you can still order a chunk of music, an individual tangible album.
Dude, I mean, I'm a collector. I'm surrounded. I think I have like 10,000 albums in here. Like,
do you know that you could have them all on your phone and just pay $10 a month?
Yeah, I know. No, I pay the $10 a month, and all that shit. And yeah, I could have it all on my phone, but I like having records.
And you ordered the record?
Yeah, I ordered the record.
The vinyl?
Yeah, it's good. It's like some fancy colored vinyl. It's got like some cool pitch.
Is it printed in Japan, Abby?
No, I think it's an American pressing.
Huh. Well, goddamn. That's a whole nother world.
It is. Yeah, it's an expensive one.
So you got like a record player and an amplifier and wires to speakers?
Yes, I do.
Whoa! Holy shit, fucking Mr. Monologue over here.
It's not.
God.
All right. It's not that weird. I mean, it's weird that I have.
I downloaded an app called Bluetooth.
Yeah. Wait, what? I thought you were gonna say Spotify. No, what? What's
No, it's Bluetooth. It's a way to, and then it just Bluetooth to like like a speaker.
Yeah, I know how that works.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
And you charge the speaker with hopefully a USB-C.
Yeah. No, that's for my computer and my.
What kind of speakers do you have?
I have some Marantz speakers to go with my Marantz amplifier, which audio enthusiasts will know. Marantz. It's a 77 or no 76. It's from 1976. I found it on the street actually.
No fucking shit.
And paid a guy to fix it up. Yeah, Marantz. I found a Marantz on the street, which I guess probably doesn't mean shit to you, but it's like finding a really nice car.
Is it better than Macintosh?
Oh, I like my Mac. Yes, it sounds better than a Mac.
Really? No, I mean a Macintosh brand amplifier receiver.
I don't even
know. What I'm talking about?
I don't. Macintosh make like receivers?
Not Apple Macintosh.
Okay, there's like a Macintosh that does audio?
Yes.
No idea. But I'm pretty sure half of the reason my wife left was because of all these fucking records.
Oh.
Yeah. I have enough records. Like, I could put a down payment on a house, like a nice down payment on a house, if I just sold all these fucking things. Yeah.
How many you reckon you got?
I think about 10,000.
God damn. Yeah.
I got some good ones too.
I hope so.
I got first pressing of Nevermind, and I feel like we had this conversation. Maybe it was with somebody else the other day that asked me about it.
I know we talked about Nirvana Nevermind being behind or below or whatever you want on the list of top whatever from the 80s, 90s of Hole.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, that was fucked up. I don't want to go back to that though.
No.
I did want to ask
a bad place.
I did want to ask you about something that you mentioned once before we started the podcast when we were trying to, organize a time to do this shit. You said that you were going to spend Saturday morning running 5K.
I never did it.
You never did it?
Nope.
Okay. Have you ever done it before?
No.
No. Okay. But you were just going to go and just do 5K just like right off the bat.
Yeah, 3 miles. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but then, and I kind of trained a little bit. I only had a week. It's like my buddy sent me a photo of him and his wife doing a 5K, and I'm like, well, fuck, I can do that. And then, because I looked it up, and I'm like, 3 miles, like fucking, I can do fucking 3 miles. And then I'd walk like a mile, and I'm like, fucking, hey, that's a long ways. And then like, and then I did like 2 miles or 2.5 miles or whatever. And then the day before the 5K, I literally ran like 2.5 miles. And then I woke up for the 5K and my feet were just destroyed. And like, I wasn't fucking ready for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would have been like damage to my body, to my feet, if I would have tried to do 3 miles. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I failed.
You didn't fail. Sounds like you ran in like some, which is pretty good. That's better. That's more than most people do.
I tried, but holy shit, it's like, yeah.
Because this year I started running and I did the couch to 5K thing. I printed out this chart, and it basically you run for like 1 minute, then stop for a minute, and then run for another minute. You do that like a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And then by the end you're running 5K.
That's a common strategy, right?
Yeah. So then, up until about a month ago, I was running 5K like almost every day.
You were running the whole way 5K every day.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah, ask me.
When you were in high school 50,000 years ago, were you in track and field or whatever?
No. And I remember running around the track once when I just had nobody was around, and by the end of the track, like I was completely fucking out of breath. This is when I was like 17.
Yeah. Because I guess I've just never been a runner. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I mean, I can run, but honestly, those days are getting numbered, like 45, 46, or however fucking old I am. It's like, just the fucking getting up to running speed is like, I mean, I can always outrace my kid, but I mean, even those days are numbered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, for sure. That's why I started running. I was like, I might not be able to do this much longer. So I did it. But then, like you said, my fucking legs started to really hurt. Like,
did you get shin splints?
Yeah, a little bit. So like I was just like limping home, after running it, which like running it is fine. And then once I'm done, then my body's like, fuck you,
Yeah.
So then it got colder, and I started running at the Y, or local Y, and then that just turned into a whole fucking like high school again kind of thing, where I'm in the locker room and I'm just surrounded by a bunch of fucking muscle bound motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't like the gym.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's weird.
It is weird. The gym is fucking weird, and I haven't been back.
This is so fucking. I don't know why it's just so awkward.
It just is. Yeah. Like there's dudes like flexing in the mirrors in there and shit, and I'm like, fucking Christ, I don't need this shit. Or like even running. Like I'm running on the treadmill, and then some dude like gets on next to you and just kind of like looks at how fast you're running and like sets his for faster and starting to race you and shit. Like what the fuck what the fuck is going on? So
yeah.
So
it's just the overall behavior.
I haven't been back in a month, and in that time I gained like 10 pounds.
Oof.
Yeah, so I got to go back.
Yeah.
So I thought of you last night.
Did you go to a concert last night?
I did. I was about to say, yeah, I thought of you. I went to see Dinosaur Jr. last night. Sold out show.
Part go?
It was kind of a fucking pain in the ass. I'm a short guy, so these days, like,
what do you height up at?
At like 5'5".
Oh shit, you got fucked.
Yeah, I got fucked. So this show was just like, indie rock shows are the fucking worst. So there's like always fucking beanpoles fucking everywhere. So this one in particular was pretty rough. I spent most of the show just like staring at some dude's fucking back, like.
I know, but did you move around? Because I mean, what's the capacity? Was it like 700, 900? I mean, it was. Surely you could find a spot, right?
I tried, man. I fucking tried. It was just like the other thing is like now it's a lot of like young girls, and like so it's not like before where like if there's kind of a pit going, you can just sort of like go into the pit and just sort of like let them push you up front.
Yeah.
Which I would do, but like now it's just like girls are weird, even though girls will touch me like to get by me. They're like, excuse me, but like, if you try and get past a girl, like they kind of like act all weird and shit. And I don't know. I moved to a couple different places, and then a guy I knew grabbed me and like put me in front of him. So it was just like, here, coolie, I mean, it put me in front of him. So that was cool. They were great.
Did they rock the house?
They did.
Was it a bunch of old timers like you? Like, could you tell there was a little bit of a fountain of youth going on?
It's all like old guys like me, like
us.
Like us, sorry. Well,
yeah.
Old guys like us, and then like a bunch of like 15, 16-year-old girls.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they know the words? Like, oh my God.
Yes.
I wish I knew about them earlier. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Dinosaur. I listened to some of their stuff. I don't know. It's just, it's great. But I don't know. They were found by Sonic Youth.
Yeah,
I didn't know they were that old. Like,
yeah, they're a little after. Like they're like one of those bands that like Sonic Youth kind of like took under their wing, in like the late 80s.
That's what I saw. Yeah, that's what I read. But
yeah,
I mean, just because Sonic Youth likes you, I mean, you still got to fucking step up and get everybody else to like you. And obviously they did that.
Yeah, they're like they're one of those bands that mean a lot because they were there when I was in high school, which is important time for your brain and all that shit.
Yeah.
So
those are like core memory music soundtrack fucking songs, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they play the hits like the old school ones, the ones you wanted, or like did they leave out some deep cuts that you like kind of bummed you out?
Yeah, they left out a lot of shit. I mean, they just have a lot of fucking songs. So
are they trying to play the new stuff more? Because I mean, that's every band's goal, right? Like, hey, I'm working on new stuff.
No, they didn't seem to give a shit. They were like, I don't think they played. They played like one song off their last album and one song off the album before that, and it was just kind of scattered.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I almost left at one point, but because I was like, this fucking sucks. Like I'm, staring at this dude's fucking back, like, listening to listening to music. I'm like, I could just go home and listen to their albums instead of this shit. But yeah. And then my friends
I saw the Melvins.
Mm-hmm.
in DC, Washington DC, or like last summer, and it was a bunch of dudes,
Mm-hmm.
bunch of dads came out, and I don't know, that was a great show. I've never seen them.
Oh yeah.
Never really, no, never really was like the biggest fan of that whole whatever, but I was thoroughly enjoyed the stage presence of what's his name, Buzzo.
Yeah.
No, I thought the whole thing was just great. The venue was great. DC was it the Black Cat or the 930 Club?
Oh, that's a good place, from what I hear.
Yeah, and I mean one of the most classic places, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Fuck.
don't know. Yeah.
I just remembered. I met them once when I was. How old was I? I was 20. I met them the week that Kurt Cobain died.
Who are the Melvins?
Yeah, they're like friends with Nirvana and stuff, and
Oh sure.
yeah. So I used to have a zine, and I was friends with the guy who owned the club they were playing at, and so like a month before he set it up so that I'd interview them for my stupid zine, and like
Yeah.
I went up there to interview them, and they were playing pool, and I watched them sound check, and then interviewed them. And like the bass player came up to me and he was just like, "Hey man, no questions about Kurt Cobain, all right?" And I was like, "No, fuck no, I will never ask. I would never ask about that." And then they hated my guts.
Well, so you asked the questions that they didn't want to hear, or like why? Why was that?
They were just like they were like, "Do you want to just hang out and talk?" And I was like, "Sure," So like we just hung out and talked, and they would ask me more questions than I asked them, and they didn't like my
But did you have a recorder on?
I did, but and then my house burned down like 2 weeks later, so I lost the tape of it.
Oh no way! So you concluded that they didn't like you?
Yeah, like they they were like, "So what do you think about ZZ Top?" This is in like '94, so
Yeah.
I'm like, I like Trey Hombres, but like, I don't like their new stuff. And they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I was like, Recycler, that album kind of sucks. And they were like, "Recycler's fucking amazing. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." And I was like, "All right, sorry." And then, they asked me about Elvis. They're like, "What do you think about Elvis?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, I like his earlier stuff, but like, like Moody Blue Elvis, it's kind of terrible." And they were like, "You're a fucking moron. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." It was like that. Yeah, and they're right. I mean, I don't think they're right about.
I mean, obviously they're coming in out of left field. They're probably sick of this shit.
I mean, I wasn't expecting any questions about ZZ Top.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought they were going to ask me about Kiss or something.
Did you ever see any of those like old interviews with Nardwuar?
Oh yeah, the Rollins ones.
Nardwuar's getting pushed around by
Rollins.
Yeah, and that other guy who was, I forget which band, he had to issue an apology.
Oh really?
Yeah, I forget who it was, but they literally started pushing him around like fucking. They're like, "Nardwuar, fuck you, dude," and like, yeah.
Did they like not understand what Nardwuar is and all that shit, or
they just no, they did. They just didn't like it,
Huh.
I think they were on one, but yeah, it's pretty intense. I love Nardwuar. I think he's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's been doing it forever, man. I fucking push him around.
There's videos of him in his early days, literally interviewing on video Kurt Cobain with Courtney Love.
Yeah, he got to interview like fucking everybody.
Like,
He got to interview everybody.
He did. Like he's a fucking legend. Like seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, it's really cool because the past few years, like Snoop Dogg's really taken to him. Who else? Like Pharrell. Yeah, I mean everybody. The whole new. It's great.
Oh yeah, shit! I'm gonna look up some Nardwuar when we get done with this shit.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of an inspiration. Like he's such. He's like a historian. You know what I mean? I mean, Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of fun.
I know there's 2 Rollins ones. There's like one from like Black Flag days where Rollins really doesn't seem to like him. I think it's from Black Flag days. And then there's one that's like more recent where Rollins is definitely a little more like calm with him.
Yeah, there's one where he's like, "Okay, Nardwuar, here's the deal. You have one more question, so you better make that question count, or else you're gonna be sad." Like, it's just funny. Yeah. And then another one that's really kind of transitioned to like understanding who Nardwuar is, that Ian McKay.
Yeah.
Who's he? Like the head guy?
Fugazi and Minor Threat.
Yeah, Minor Threat. Yeah. And like he is like a fucking librarian himself of like like his own bands. Like he has like every receipt, every it like properly filed away in alphabetical order.
Yeah. He helps out like Library of Congress and stuff.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Well, that makes total sense. Yeah, because he's like, I watched one with him and Nardwuar, and it was just awesome to watch. It was like he was actually helping Nardwuar like get the information almost from like that standpoint of a kind of a documentary angle, and it was if you watched him interview Nardwuar in like 1985 or whatever it is, 1990, it's like totally different. Like, fuck you, Nardwuar.
Yeah.
You fucking nerd.
Fucking annoying motherfucker.
Well, I am a nerd. Doot.
So
that's how he ends every interview.
Yes, it's true. So you were asking me about concerts last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it made me think about the first concert I ever saw, which was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers in New Hampshire in 1987. And I wanted to know the exact date, and I Googled it, and then I found a fucking recording of it.
No way.
Which is crazy. The internet's fucking crazy. So I've been, just before talking to you just now, I was listening to it, and it's kind of remarkable. It sounds like Tom Petty is kind of hammered.
I love it.
Yeah.
As he should be.
As he should be.
What was the venue? Was it a big venue?
It was like sort of like a waterfront thing. It was kind of annoying, actually. My dad brought me. My dad was kind of a piece of shit. And the story goes is that he was like, "All right, what do you want to do for your birthday? Do you want to go see wrestling, or do you want to go see Tom Petty?" And I'd never been to a rock concert, and I was kind of getting out of wrestling and was way more into music. And I was like, "I want to go see Tom Petty." So he was all pissed off about it. And we went, and you all right there, buddy?
Yeah.
So we went, and we lived like walking distance from the fucking place, and like literally we walked there, and then my dad made us leave halfway through to beat traffic, quote unquote.
So, well, hey, he gave you a taster.
So I got a taster of Tom Petty, but we left while he was playing Here Comes My Girl, which was real drag. So that's my favorite Tom Petty song. But anyway.
But you got to hear some of it or all of it as you're leaving?
Yes. Yeah, but we were leaving. And then I listened to the rest of the show from our porch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, saying it out loud. Yeah, saying it out loud sounds cool. The Georgia Satellites played too.
I don't even know if I know who they are.
Holy shit! Wow.
I saw Tom Petty at Madison Square Garden. It was Tom Petty, and then who that one girl who plays with Stevie Nicks, and then I believe Trey Anastasio opened.
Oh yeah, great.
Yeah, and it was funny because it was like there's this one guy, and he goes, "It was such a classic move." He was a couple of rows ahead of me, just trash, and he goes, "Yeah, uh, what's his name? God, it's Mr. Slowhands.
Oh, Eric Clapton,
Yeah,
Mr.
Eric
Slowhands.
Clapton was interviewed. How does it feel to be the greatest guitar player? And he goes, I wouldn't know. Ask Trey Anastasia. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, I think I fucking threw a fucking pumpkin at him or something. I don't know. It was just like as soon as he said it, I was like, it was the greatest thing I've ever fucking heard. But it was, it's such a classic, like, yeah, it's like almost a Chris Farley skit,
Yeah. I just remembered. Oh, bless you. I just remember the reason I thought about the dinosaur, I thought about you at the dinosaur show was that there was this guy who looked like you, he was just moshing by himself.
Nice.
Like
it was.
He was one of those guys. It was you, and he was just the only person doing it. He was just bumping into people like really hard and knocking them. He knocked a couple people down, but he looked like you. And I kind of wished it was you, but it wasn't. And then then he stopped and looked really sad.
Aw.
Which
How long did they play for?
I'd say like about an hour and like 20 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, we went and saw, God, who's that one guy from Ukraine?
Who, Eugene?
From Ukraine, that one rocker guy.
Gogo
Purple.
Yeah, Gogo Bordello.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, him.
It was his show, and like it was that first half up in Minneapolis, and there was a mosh pit, and I was like right in the middle of it, and it was basically I was just trying to like absorb the pushing from behind me because it was like rail, people on the rail, and then I was behind the people on the rail. And it was actually a couple girls, so like I was just trying not to get, just smash into them, and it sucked. You know what I mean? Like I was literally just getting pushed, and and I was favoring my right knee, and I'm like, my right knee is gonna fucking blow. Like I swear to God, like this is getting dangerous. You know what I mean? Like you can just kind of feel it's just getting tested, And I actually ran into somebody after the show, and he had a big old scar on his knee. It was in the middle of summer last summer. And what happened? There he goes. Rockfest, 1996, Pantera. I'm like, oh my God. He goes, yeah, I blew out my knee. I'm like, I thought I was going to blow out my knee tonight. He goes, yeah, it did get kind of crazy up there. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah. No, but it was, I'm excited. I'm excited for concerts this year. I think, there's actually a couple people that I'd like to interview on this podcast. Like that, like you remember Leon Leroy Ryan?
Yeah, that's his.
I talked to him about this yesterday because he's nonstop concerts, like all day, every day, week in, week out, like traveling Atlanta, New York, everywhere, L.A. And I just think it's a lot of fun, to kind of harness some of that and
sounds
maybe
good.
A little vicariously.
Yeah, that sounds good. And there's and then Karma's in wants to get in on it, and I think Karma's in, and Sprocket Spocka Hole.
Bill.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
I don't even know these guys' names, man. You fucking.
Yeah, I call Bill weekly.
Oh, cool.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he just sent me a package.
He did?
He sent me a Secret Santa package, which is just really nice because I didn't get shit for Christmas this year, and so.
Aw. Well, what'd you get?
I got a fruit basket from my mom.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's about all I got.
Yeah, he was excited about going to a couple concerts.
Cool.
So, I don't know, like even the show you went to last night, like it would be really fascinating to like interview a couple 11th grade fans of You know what I mean? Like, just be like, how did you get into them? Like,
Yeah.
it's a totally different, I don't know. I think that would be a lot of fun and fascinating just to kind of, take a step back. Cause I feel like I remember when I was like in high school and like, the parents and that age and those older people who I am now is like, and seeing them and seeing like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. And it's like, that's us or that's me right now. Like I am that.
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is or Biggie Smalls. Like I'm seeing Tupac shirts and Biggie shirts, and it's like that's 30 fucking years ago.
Oh,
Like
some kid came in to buy pizza a couple months ago, and he had a Pavement shirt on, and I had a Pavement shirt on, and he was like, "Cool," and I was like, "Yeah, cool." He was like, "Yeah, I just saw them like a couple weeks ago," and I was like, "Oh, cool! I saw them here in 1997, like around the corner." And he was like, "Yeah, I wasn't born yet."
yeah.
I was like, "Oh, fuck's sake!"
But he's no less of a fan than you. You know what I mean? I mean,
oh yeah,
he goes home at night and listens to him with the same. I just think it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
I love it.
It's great.
Yeah. I mean, fans of all music. I mean, music. Everybody has different tastes. It's no different than comedy or politics or everything. Really, it's never the same channel as it shouldn't be.
Yeah. You're right, though. It would be interesting to ask him, like, how did you find out about Dinosaur Jr.? Because I found out about him by listening to, like, the local college radio station, or, like, watching 120 Minutes, shit like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had it right in front of us. I mean, really, it was MTV, right? And
yeah.
then you had, on MTV, you had, like, fucking, I mean, the Meat Puppets were, like, the forefathers to Nirvana, right?
Yeah, one of them, for sure.
I mean, to a degree, I mean, Kurt Cobain, Nirvana's doing covers of the Meat Puppets,
Yeah.
And they're unplugged. Yeah. So it's just kind of. But today's kids, the kids in high school today, like, holy shit, like, I look at what's that called? A lineup for like Lollapalooza, or what's that one out in California?
Oh,
Polo Fields.
Coachella?
Yeah, Coachella. It's like, I may recognize a few names, but God, I know nothing. You know what I mean? Like, nobody.
Oh, yeah, like whenever there's a new musical guest on Saturday Night Live, like, I now like 90% of the time I don't know who the fuck they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when God, what's his name? That one guy dating J-Lo introduced SZA, and it's like, God, you think he'd be, they'd get somebody more important than SZA. And then like 6 months later, SZA is like number one on the charts. You know what I mean? Like, I knew nothing,
Yeah. I saw an issue of Rolling Stone last night at the grocery store, and I had no idea who the dude was on the cover.
There's so much music. Like, even like I'll go to like a Twins game or something, or whatever, and that same night there'll be a concert at Target Center, and I have no idea, a sold out concert, and I never even heard of who the band is, the music.
Right. I didn't even know who Olivia Rodrigo was until like 2 months ago, and then I like looked her up. I was like, oh, this isn't bad. And I like looked her up on Wikipedia, and I was like, she was fucking born in 2003. Like, fuck. I'm fucking old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think it'd be fun to kind of talk to some of these other fans, or like talk to even Taylor Swift fans,
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to load up the podcast in the back of a truck and circle the venue as it's getting out, pulling somebody up.
The Laker and School Bus mobile unit. Fucking.
Yeah. How's the show? Oh man, hot licks for days.
I don't know if
something.
I don't know if the kids today use the phrase "hot licks."
Well, we gotta find out.
I'll ask next time.
TJ just stood up there. He had his headphones on, and he touched his computer.
Jesus.
Button pushing for days.
Knob twisting for days.
Yeah. Take it to the bridge.
He had one part of his headphones off. He had it off the side of his head. It was fucking crazy.
And his head was cocked, you know. He's kind of. Yes.
He was twisting
It was
knob.
the ultimate DJ pose, yeah. I got pictures.
All right. Shit. You all right there? All right, my dog's bugging me. Edie.
Well, hey.
All right, you know.
Great podcast.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah. Actually, yeah, we're at a good time. That's good.
Yeah. Let's keep them popping.
Let's go.
Tighten them up.
Keep the rhythm going.
I'll do that.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.